What's up, peeps? Welcome back to another math vid. Today we're going to be looking at some more probability problems. So our first question today is, a box contains 48 blue and black pens. If 20 of the pens are blue, what is the probability of randomly picking out a black pen? So it's already telling us here, I need to change the color. It's already telling us here that there are 20 blue pens, and it's asking us for what's the probability of picking out a black pen. So first of all, we need to solve how many black pens are in the box. And since it's already told us that it only contains blue and black pens, there's no yellows or something like that, and there's 48 in total, 48 subtract 20 would equal how many black pens there are. So black pens make up 28. And now we do, as we always do with the probability, 28 out of 48. But we don't have a random just like 28 out of 48 in these problems, in the answer choices. So we need to find a way to simplify it down to make sure that we can actually choose an answer choice. So 28 and 48 are both divisible by 4. So top and bottom divide by 4 would equal 7 out of 12. So the correct answer is C. Alright, so moving on to the next question. Each number from 10 through 20 is written on a piece of paper and placed in a bucket. What is the probability of reaching into the bucket and randomly picking out an even number? So this one is kind of tricky and you have to be careful on it. As we see, it's asking us 10 through 20. And any student around this age would be like, at first glance, there's 10, right? There's 10. But no, there is not 10. There is a kind of method through consecutive numbers here that instead of counting on your fingers, there's actually 11. There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 11 numbers. But there's also a quicker method. Like if it's asking you like 1 million, like 2 million, how are you going to count on your fingers to that, right? So it's the larger number and the smaller number from the number that you're counting from to the number that you're counting to. The number that you're counting to, subtract the number that you're counting from. Plus 1 is how many numbers there are through those two numbers, including those two. So instead of counting on your fingers and probably spending about 1 million years on it. So moving on, so now we know that there are 11 numbers. And following the same logic as the first one, I put 11 as the bottom. So how many even numbers are there in 10 through 20? There's 6. So the correct answer is C. The thing is that you just kind of have to know how to count, and that's kind of just the only thing that's throwing you off on that problem. So our next question is, Casey's closet contains only red and blue shirts. The probability that she will pull out a red shirt is 5 out of 8. There are 15 red shirts in the closet. How many blue shirts are in the closet? How do we solve this problem? This you need a ratio for, so you can't really just like sneak your way around it, and it's not as easy as the first few. It's slightly more complicated. So, following that same logic, red shirt is 5 out of 8, right? And a blue shirt, in that matter, means that it's 3 out of 8, because that's the remaining in the 8 out of 8. So if it's a red shirt is 5 out of 8, and there's 15, so we have to write our equation with a ratio. Because you can't really kind of like use the same logic as the first few, because it doesn't give you the total amount, it doesn't give you a definite number. The only definite number it actually gives you is 15. And you can't really do anything with just 15 in this kind of problem. So, following the same logic, 3 out of x would be how many blue shirts are in the closet. And as using the butterfly method you learned in 4th grade, we've got 5 into x and 3 and 15. 3 multiplied by 15 is 48. And 5x would equal 48. So 5x equals 45. Sorry. 3 multiplied by 15 is 45. I'm so sorry. Speaking of which, a cool way that you can use to remember your 15s is by remembering the face of the clock. So also, moving on, we've got 5x equals 45. 45 divided by 5 equals 9. So there are 9 blue shirts in the closet. And now I've got to erase this because it would go everywhere. Just like enough to be able to comprehend. So our last question today is, a box of chocolate contains only milk and dark chocolates. The probability of picking out a milk chocolate is 3 out of 4. If there are 12 dark chocolates in the box, how many milk chocolates are there? There is an easier strategy for this instead of using the actual ratio like the last one. If the probability of pulling out a milk chocolate is 3 out of 4, then the probability of pulling out a dark chocolate is 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 is 1/3 of 3 out of 4. And so, following the same logic, 12 should be 1/3 of how many milk chocolates there are. So 12 multiplied by 3 is 36. Or you could do the ratio, but that takes more time. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys learn at least a bit more about math, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!